And welcome back one and all to Championship Sunday of the 40th annual Pictou County Memorial Bantam Hockey Tournament. We're in for a treat here as the semifinal matchup taking place in the U15AA division between the Antigonish Bulldogs and the East Hants Penguins. East Hants Penguins have been a bird of prey in this tournament through round robin, winning all three of their round robin games to advance automatically to the semifinal here this morning. The Antigonish Bulldogs going 1-1-1 in round robin, won yesterday. Last night in the playoff round against the Cape Breton County Islanders with a 3-1 victory to place their home here for the semifinal matchup. So a very exciting contest to take place here as the winner will advance to the final later this afternoon of the U15AA Pictou County Memorial Championship game. You're watching the 2026 Pictou County Bantam Memorial Tournament live on High Button Sports. I'm your host, Brendan Maloney, for this contest as both teams get started by their nets to get each other ready for this contest. Couple chants, get everyone dialed for the game. So will the East Hants Penguins remain undefeated to advance to the final, or will the kryptonite for them be the Antigonish Bulldogs here this morning? An exciting matchup once again. It's a good, healthy crowd here at the Pictou County Wellness Center for this contest as the tournament is at its most interesting on Championship Sunday. Do or die matchups here all the way through. Ready for opening puck drop. And we are underway. Taken away by the Bulldogs off the opening draw. Falling down to the ice there as McIsaac gains possession here for East Hants. Centering it in front, and an active stick there by the defense moves it aside. Carr stepped in, quick backhand shot by McIsaac on goal, covered up by the Antigonish Bulldogs goaltender. As it's John David McDougall getting the start in goal for the Bulldogs. And in goal for the East Hants Penguins, it's Mason Boyd in between the pipes for them. As that defensive zone draw win for Antigonish Bulldogs is taken in possession of on the forecheck by the East Hants Penguins as they get in possession, looking for a shot from a sharp angle. Out front, it's loose, a shot, save made by McDougall, and he holds on. Chase Eisner on the draw here for the Penguins. The shot off the face-off is deflected wide. Outlet play off the boards. Kept alive momentarily, but Antigonish pick it up and they skate out with it now. Dumping it in for the forechecking effort here. Healthy hit in the corner there by Maddox Sampson. Near side for Eisner rather. Eisner. Oh, a hard hit there by Antigonish player Mac Horn, and that's going to be covered up by Boyd for the whistle. Look for intensity to be at the maximum here for this game. Both teams know what's on the line in a do or die contest. As that one fired off the near side wall all the way down for an icing call against East Hants. Mac Horn on the faceoff dot for Antigonish. Taken here by Smith off the wall, kept alive at the line. Shot from distance, blocked in front. Taken back in, onto the point again, another passing feed across. Horn with it, a drive, save, rebound chances, loose in front. Bang away, still loose and finally covered up by the Penguins. It's going to be a roughing call here. So first penalty of the game is going against Jackson Smith. So the first power play of the game is going to go to Antigonish. The Bulldogs on the power play looking to strike first. Taking off the draw, Singer wraps it around the boards. Baxter, back for Singer. Oh, dangerous feed in front. Picked off there by Wesley McIsaac, looking to clear. Held at the line by Sangster, moves it to McIsaac. He couldn't handle the pass. Thompson off the backboards. Taken by Carr. Emmett Carr, centering it in front, covered up. It's still loose and play whistle dead. Crowd doesn't like that as puck was still alive. Official lost sight of it enough to call the whistle, so we'll reset for this draw. Tied up, taken away. Backhand shot out and down the ice by Singer. Wrapped around far side corner. Taking a tumble momentarily there was Artabello. Lucas Artabello behind his own goal, looking to set up the play. Pass near side. Here come the Bulldogs. Sangster moves through neutral ice. Drops it off to the point. Setting up are the Bulldogs. Pass in front off a stick. Sangster gathers it in, shoots from distance in front of the net. It's loose. Swung on goal and a save made, covered up by Boyd. As Antigonish with some good looks here on the power play. Just 56 seconds remaining in that effort. As they set up on the draw. Off the face-off. O'Brien takes a check. Down through neutral ice, chipped out by the Penguins to kill some more time on this penalty. Duncan Thompson behind his own goal. Pass on the left wing side. Near side, Artabello. Artabello down the wing, drops it off. O'Brien takes a tumble there. Crowd looking for a tripping call on that one. They're not going to get it as that went all the way down. Stopped up by McDougall for his defense. Artabello. Here come the Bulldogs. Thompson feeds it ahead. Unable to gain the line there as it's moved back out. Just 10 seconds remaining on the power play effort. Looks like East Hants might be able to kill this one off. As Hurd makes an effort shorthanded. Picked up here by the Penguins. Gonna skate into the zone, picked off here. Here come the Bulldogs. Moving wide. Here's a chance, and unable to get through was Boudreau. Got it in deep though. Swung around near side, Carr pinches and holds it. Taken away, he left the puck behind. Sangster trying to hold the line, unable to do so. It goes back out to neutral ice and a reset for the Bulldogs. They dump it in. That's gonna be an icing call against them though. So go all the way back down for this next face-off. Off the face-off, taken by Antigonish. Out they skate with it now. 2-on-2 the other way. Moving wide, trip there. Crowd looking for one anyway. Not going to get it as Smith gets checked in the wall. Taken loose here. Spun in front. Active stick there. Good patience by Sampson off the wall. Out come the East Hants Penguins the other way. It's Garden. Garden a shot, and he just whistled that wide of the glove hand side. Smith holds the line, keeps it alive for East Hants. Garden again. Centering in front, one-time option there for Eisner. He just put that just a hair wide of the goalpost. Oh, a hard check there by Eisner. That's a big play by a smaller player. Another hard collision in the corner. Oh, and a hard collision between Baxter and Horn in center ice. Physical play really becoming a factor here in the first. Both teams looking to take chunks out of each other as that moved out and dumped in the corner by Singer. What a hit that was. Baxter back in, centering feed, blocked in front. Taken away here by McIsaac. McIsaac moves wide, trying to center it onto the point. Here's a chance, Singer a drive, deflected down loose. Onto the point again, another shot. That one sails over top. And Baxter shaken up here, favoring his left leg. That's not good news here for East Hants, as Baxter's one of their more effective forwards, especially in the physicality department on that hit from earlier. We're hoping he's okay, as that one taken in the corner here by the Bulldogs. Sear defending against the hit, given away in front. Here's a chance. Back onto the point, Bulldogs with some pressure now, moving it in for Carr behind the goal. Carr spins against Thompson. Here's Carr, back in below the goal line. Oh, a run in there. Close call. McIsaac trying to pinch. Back onto the point, great pressure here by the Bulldogs. Fake shot and it's intercepted and fired down the ice by Hurd. And that's going to be an icing call here against the Penguins. The face-off in the offensive zone by McIsaac. McIsaac winning the draw to the point. Tipped in front, not able to get it on goal, was Boudreau. Taken in behind by Sheridan, off the wall. Finds Forster. Jackson Forster down the wing. Dumps it into the corner and takes a hard check there from Sangster. Back in the corner again. Both teams, once again, eager to play very physical hockey here at this exciting matchup. I did say we were in for a treat here, folks. Ooh, a close call there. Both teams taking runs at each other. Any advantage is a good advantage here. You've got to give those players a second thought as to their passing options when they need to keep an eye on a freight train coming towards them. A hard collision there. And that's going to be likely a knee-on-knee collision as Eisner will go to the box here. So a knee-on-knee penalty there against Eisner. And so another power play opportunity here for the Bulldogs. So East Hants are going to have to kill off another one here if they want to keep that opening goal away for the Bulldogs. That one fired down the ice by the Penguins. Stopped up by McDougall. Great effort there by Lachlan Davis. Short-handed, looking to pin it on the wall and kill some time here. Battling against three Bulldogs. What an effort here by Davis, getting a roar of applause. 4 against just Davis. Killing a good 15 seconds there as Carr moves out. Taken away by Davis again. Look at the effort by number 17. Moving in, Davis. What effort there on display. Davis again. Oh, a hard collision there. Caught the leg of Carr. And that's a tripping call here against Davis. And after a great shift on the penalty killing effort, he catches a penalty on that one as he collided with the leg on the follow through to the hit. And that's going to be called a trip here as it's. And of course the clipping call from earlier. The knee-on-knee penalty was a 4-minute double minor, so there's going to be a full 2 minutes of 5-on-3 action here for the Antigonish Bulldogs. So a huge opportunity in this game. Moved across. Near side Sangster on the point. Drops it down low for Landry. Landry waits and shoots. Save, rebound chance. Another great stop. It's still loose in front. They bang away and finally covered and held by Boyd. So Landry steps up to the draw once again against Wesley McIsaac. Sangster on the point. Drops it down. Here we go. Landry moves it across. Open side. Walking and shooting, and a pad stop for Boyd. That one escapes out to neutral ice as the Bulldogs reset. Near side back for Landry. Stepping in. Landry towards the goal. Tipped on goal and covered up by Boyd, pouncing on that loose puck for another whistle and another stoppage in play. It's a face-off taking place to his right now. Minute 19 remaining in the 5-on-3. Draw win for Antigonish. Moved across. Thompson to drive. Pad stop for Boyd as it's cleared down the ice by East Hants. Sangster picks it up. Move near side for Carr. Carr drops it off for Thompson. Thompson moves it across on the left point side. Back down low it goes. Give and go with Sangster. Sangster a drive. Save made again by Boyd. If he sees it, he's going to stop it. So Antigonish are going to have to get some bodies in front of the net to take away the eyes of Mason Boyd here on these plays. Try to get a tip in front as well if they can. Those little in-game adjustments make a big difference in the moment. Another shot off the draw, and that one covered up by Boyd. Off the draw. The Bulldogs gain possession. Shot from distance and another stop for Boyd. Another face-off to reset here as partial line change on the power play unit for the Bulldogs as Horn centers this one. Horn wins the draw to Carr. Carr is off wing, trying to center it in front. Picked off there by Forster, and he clears it down the ice. Stopped up by McDougall for Thompson. Thompson all the way up to Carr. Carr over the line. Drops it off. Nice move to the inside. Here's a chance in front of the net. Shot. Save made and covered up by Boyd once again. And the Antigonish player was dumped in front, and that's going to be whistled down. Another penalty here going to the East Hants Penguins as Nimkeek Julian goes to the box now. So 5-on-3 will continue here now for a minute 22. With the the double minor, second half of it still with a minute 22 remaining. Now another 2 minutes on the board here against the Penguins, so you can't keep giving the Bulldogs chances like this with these penalties. Already 12 shots on goal for the Bulldogs, so Boyd's had his work cut out for him here. Something's got to give. This could be a huge momentum point early in the game here if the East Hants Penguins can kill these penalties off. So the discussions with the officials and the coaching staff of the Bulldogs here as we start for this draw. Horn wins the draw, back onto the point. Moved across, Thompson shoots, stick save there for Boyd on Baxter, fires it off the wall, and out. Good to see him back in the game as he's recovered from that earlier, what looked like an injury for a moment. He's back on the ice here and skating well. That's a good sign for East Hants. That's moved wide by Horn. Horn centers it, Baxter blocks it, tries to clear it, bobbled on him, he gets it back in and fires it down on the second effort. So still 45 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3 here as Antigonish looks to move it out. Into the zone, across to Carr. Carr, back for Thompson. Thompson waits and shoots. Ooh, deflected. That was a close call there for Boyd as Antigonish needs to do more of that. Horn near side, a chance. Shot is blocked by the man in front of Thompson. Another chance in front. Baxter fires it back down the ice for East Hants. Great effort there by Max Thompson blocking that shot. And a penalty here to the Bulldogs as Horn's going to go to the box. That was on 4-on-3 for 14 seconds before he commenced with 4-on-4. So most of the advantage taken away here on that penalty by Horn, as after 14 seconds of that initial double minor, we will get some 4-on-4 action. So a lot more space and time for these skilled players to work. As that's moved across for Antigonish. Out they skate with it now. Landry in front. Tips it there wide as he was poke checked by Stone. Onto the point. Armstrong moves it across. Bulldogs. Shot from distance blocked in front by Smith. Smith skates out with it now for East Hants. Slides it ahead to McIsaac. Wesley McIsaac down the wing. Working in the corner. Landry trying to dig it loose. Off the wall near side. Fired down the ice by Antigonish. Looking for an icing call here. They're not going to get it. And an icing called on that one. So the fans irate at that one as I think a missed icing call and on one way, and then East Hants gets the icing the other way. So fans quite vocal on their disapproval of those calls there as face off in the offensive zone for Antigonish. Here comes a chance. Shot. Blocker save. Rebound chance in front. Another drive. That one blocked as well. Sear gathers it in. Fires it off the wall. Armstrong holds the line. Moves it across. Here come the Bulldogs. Drive from distance. Blocker aside by Boyd. Carr trying to hold the line. Taken by Sear. Sear rims it into his own zone as Stone has to go retrieve that now. Smith. Lead feed there for McIsaac. Short power play here for East Hants. Getting in a shot. They score! It's McIsaac. Low stick side on McDougall. And the East Hants Penguins open the scoring here in the first after killing off those penalties. I said it would be a momentum boost for the Penguins to kill those off, and they did just that. And that'll count as a power play goal, folks. Penguins, the all-important first goal of a do-or-die matchup. Momentum in their favor at this point in the first. Baxter tries to center it. Onto the point, Thompson. One blocked by Sanctuary, fires it back in. And the Penguins have to tag up here. Moved off the far wall. Taken in by Singer, moves it ahead. Picked off, nice drag move there by Dykers. As the Antigonish Bulldogs reset off the wall. Dykers, stick check there. Artabello with it now. Artabello on the left wing side, backhands it into the corner for a forechecking effort for the Bulldogs. Trying to hold that line, unable to do so. Reset in the neutral ice. Nice move by Dykers, moves it across. Here's a shot, glove save for Boyd. He holds on for the whistle. Once again, a shout out to the DJ for this tournament. It's been nothing but good tunes all tournament long, folks. Got to give props where props are due. There's that one taken off the draw. Smith wraps it on the near side. Here comes Singer down the wing, or Sheridan rather. He gets checked by Landry and knocked to the ice. That one in the corner, centered in front. Armstrong picks it off. Chaos here for a moment there in front of the Bulldogs zone, or Bulldogs net rather, as that's off the wall. Held at the line by Smith. Drive from distance, tipped just past the glove hand side. Close call there for McDougall. On to the point. Here's a shot, and that's blocked in front by Landry. Deflected it into the corner. Antigonish looking to clear here. Smith with a check. As Sampson gathers that in. Just 34 seconds left to go in the first period of play. Lead pass for Smith. Smith leaves it there. Dumped into the corner here by the Penguins. Thompson behind his own goal. Moves it across for Horn. Horn, outlet play. Here come the Bulldogs. Looking to center in front, blocked by Garden. Julian with it now. There's 8 seconds to go as Garden skates up. Oh, a hard hit from the numbers there. That's going to be called. And it's a boarding call. And it's going to go against the Bulldogs as Horn makes his way to the box for his second penalty of the period. This one with just 2.1 seconds remaining in the first. So this power play will likely extend into the second period for the Penguins. That one fired down the ice by the Bulldogs. That'll do it here for the first period of play. 1-0 for the East Hants Penguins. After one, you're watching the semifinal in the U15AA division of the 40th annual Pictou County Bantam Memorial Tournament. We'll be back shortly for the second period of play. Stay tuned. And both teams lining up at center ice for the opening draw of the second period. 1-0 East Hants. As we head into the second, and there's on a power play as Davis skates it in. Davis moving wide behind the goal. Sets it up on the point. Across for Smith. Just escapes him. He has to shovel it back in for the cycle. Eisner behind the goal. Eisner back onto the point to Smith. Smith back for Garden. Garden for Smith. Smith across. Shot there, deflected, save made by McDougall, and he covers. The line change for the penalty killing unit here for the Bulldogs. Off the face-off, Garden drops to the point, chipped aside. Here come the Bulldogs, short-handed, 2-on-1 the other way. Oh, and a hard hip check there, an old school body check by Smith there. You don't see one of those much anymore, and a hard check in the numbers again there. No call on that one. Davis swings it into the corner. Armstrong. Onto the point, swung back into the corner. Bulldogs with possession here, trying to clear the zone. 45 seconds remaining in their penalty kill. As that one taken here by Sear. Sear a shot off the crossbar. Back onto the point. Back down low for McIsaac. He's got the goal so far for East Hants. Here's the side. Shoots it towards the goal, looking to pick the 5-hole. And closing the wickets and covering it up. Diving on that loose puck was McDougall. So Sheridan on the face-off dot here for the Penguins. Wins it back to Sear, onto the point to Singer. Singer makes a move, picked off. Here come the Bulldogs again, shorthanded. Nice move, but picked off there by Singer. As he prevented that, Singer moving in, dropping it off to Sear. Sear a shot, deflected into the netting for a stoppage in play. So just 11 seconds remaining in the power play for the East Hants Penguins. Sheridan on the face-off dot. Off the glass, pops up, Singer. Pass for Sheridan, Singer gathers it on the point, fired from distance, blocked it aside. Great save through the screen by McDougall. Taken here by Horn now, out of the box. Horn, backhand saucer to Carr, but it was just over his blade. As another shot by Thompson. Off the wall, cleared out of the zone. Sheridan on his off wing, dances to the inside. He's checked and knocked off the puck. Here comes McKenna. McKenna moving down the left wing side, sweeping it in front. Landry a shot, that one deflected wide. Hard check there on the end boards. Taken here by O'Brien. Aiden O'Brien onto the point, Sampson. Across Landry. Landry a shot, stopped and hovered by Boyd for a whistle and a stoppage in play. Landry on the draw. Shot there. Whistles wide. Another chip play out to neutral ice. Baxter trying to get a stick on that. Here come the Bulldogs. O'Brien drops it for Landry. Landry for O'Brien. O'Brien dances free. What a move! And he couldn't get the shot away. On the point, Sangster shoots. And just well wide there of the glove side, far side. Dump back in the corner again. Antigonish on the attack. Trying to maintain some pressure here as Sangster moves it in. Onto the chance for O'Brien as he whiffed on the one-time option. McIsaac gave it away. McKenna chips it into the zone. Great pressure here by the Bulldogs. Baxter swings it out through neutral ice all the way down for an icing call against the Penguins. Face off in the offensive zone for the Bulldogs. One there, Isnor moves it across. Bank play here for Garden. Garden trying to gain a step. Moves wide. Garden hauled down. And play is going to be whistled down here. And it's a holding call. And it's going to go against the Bulldogs. And this time it's Thompson going to the box. He went to the wrong penalty box there, one for the blooper reel. As another power play opportunity here for the Penguins, looking to go ahead by 2 early in the second. Eisner on the draw against Carr. Carr wins the draw defensively. Armstrong sweeps at it. Eisner battles it. Swept out of the zone by the Bulldogs to kill some time. Smith. Great effort by Smith there, skating out. Intercepted, and he gets it back. Great effort by Smith once again. Here he comes down the wing. And he gets hauled down. by Artebello. Cleared down the ice by the Bulldogs. Backhand saucer to neutral ice. Sear unable to gather it in as Carr fires it in the zone for Antigonish. Smith stops up behind his own goal. 8 feet ahead for Sear. Reset here for East Hants. On the near side, McIsaac. Weston McIsaac. Taken by Sheridan on the point. Sheridan skates in. Drag moves good. Drops it off to the point. Near side, Singer. Singer moved across. Back to Singer again. Cross near side to Sheridan. Sheridan, feet in front. Oh, looking for the open man. And McIsaac, he wasn't ready to receive that pass. Sear in front again, shot. Blocker save. Back onto the point it goes again. Singer. Down for Sheridan. Sheridan shoots off the crossbar. Thompson holds onto it. Dumps it in around the boards for the cycle. Near corner, Sheridan. Side steps, moves in. Centering in front, shot, they score! What a play by Sheridan in front to Sear, and Sear gives the Penguins a 2-0 lead here in the second. It's a power play goal. And their second power play goal of the game gives them a 2-0 lead here. So showing excellent on both the penalty kill from earlier and the power play unit as well in this game. Special teams, a big factor for East Hants in this game so far. That one dumped into the corner. Sheridan after it on the forecheck against Artebello. Artebello takes it for a ride. Pass in front here. Singer on the point. Shot blocked aside by McDougall into the far corner. Intercepted by Sheridan. Nice move by Sheridan. Look at the shot away. Heard a drive. He scores! Ethan Hurd. And it's 3-0 for the Penguins. So a timeout here for the Antigonish Bulldogs, much needed at this stage of the game, trying to stir something up for themselves here and change the momentum in this game. As the Penguins climbing to an early lead. Just nearing the halfway point of regulation. To gather the troops together for an effort here, second half of this one. So the Bulldogs have their work cut out for them here as we move into the second half of regulation. Let's see if the timeout brings a different Bulldogs team to the table here. Armstrong. In for O'Brien. O'Brien, he gets checked and knocked to the ice by Sear. Here comes Sear. Moving on his off wing. Sear a drive, and that one deflected wide. A hard collision there on McIsaac, and that's going to be called. It's an interference call. It's going against Sangster. So Luke Sangster going to the box here for interference. And another power play opportunity here for the Penguins. They've already got 2 power play goals in this game. See if they can notch another one here. Off the draw, shot for Baxter is blocked. Sheridan on the point to Singer. Singer. Great patience there by number 19. Swings it in the corner for McIsaac. He had the opening goal for East Hants. On to the point. Feed across is picked off. Here come the Bulldogs. Short-handed. It's moved by Carr, sweeps it into the corner. He takes a check from Sear. As Thompson rings it off the wall and out. To neutralize, fired back in by the Bulldogs. Here comes Sheridan down the wing. Moving in and fired back down the ice. Stopped up here for Singer. Here comes the East Hants Penguins captain over the line. Dumps it in the corner and chases it down himself. Singer below the goal line. Nice move by Singer. Wraparound shy. Stuff attempt and covered up by McDougall for a stoppage in play. So 56 seconds remaining on the power play for East Hants as they make a change to the unit here. Off the draw. Drop pass. Intercepted by Landry, swept out to neutral ice. Reset here for Smith. Pinched on the wall. Eisner trying to move it in. Taken here by Eisner. Eisner on the right wing side. Trying to center, blocked there. Ooh, a hard collision there from Smith. That's going to be called, but likely a head contact penalty here. And it will be a head contact penalty going to Smith on that body check. Smith protesting the call, but he's going to go to the box. Either way, here we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey for 26 seconds as that nullifies the power play for East Hants. There are plenty of penalties in this game. Both teams playing with an edge, sometimes going over it. That's what happens when you play with an edge. Sometimes you cross the line. As Artebello. Oh, a hard check there by Julian on Carr, but Carr stays on his feet. Saucer pass in front of the net. Shot there, goes wide. Taken in the far corner, onto the point. Drop pass is nice. Back down low for Carr. Carr's checked. Taken away, lead feed ahead. Hard check there. Once again by the Bulldogs as Baxter skates after it in the forecheck. Knocked off the puck. Artebello behind the goal. Far side. Stretch pass to McIsaac. McIsaac, nice move by McIsaac. Skates in, shoots, and he sailed that over the glove hand side. Carr in the corner. Nice dancing move there. Sweeps it out front, unable to get the shot away was McIsaac. As it's moved out to neutral ice. Artebello. Cross, here come the Bulldogs again. Thompson to drive, that one just past the stick side. McIsaac trying to keep it alive, Baxter moves it out. Thompson swings it across. Reset for the Bulldogs. 40 seconds to go on their power play. McIsaac a drive, save, rebound chance, gloves, stop there for Boyd. And a confident one at that. Mason Boyd's been perfect in goal so far, stopping all 22 shots by the Bulldogs. He's got a lot of those shots on that early power play opportunity in that first period. Back onto the point. Shot through traffic, another shot. That one just whistles wide. Back in front it goes, onto the point again, a shot. Blocker save into the corner. Reset here for the Bulldogs. Back onto the point, just 12 seconds to go on their power play. Reset at the point again. Singer rims it off the far side wall and out and down the ice. And that'll kill this penalty off. We're back to even strength. It's Artebello gains possession here for the Bulldogs. Off the far wall. Moving wide of the Bulldogs. Shot there, blocked aside by Boyd. Outlet pass. Goes all the way down. Artebello skates it down, but that's going to be an icing call here against the Bulldogs. And a player injured behind the play, it looks like. Going to keep the camera off for the respect for this player. As trainer coming on the ice to assess the situation. We'll mute the microphone momentarily here as we get situated. And the player being helped back onto the bench here in some distress. And we hope he's okay here as face off in the offensive zone here for the Bulldogs. Rimmed off the near side by Smith. Out of the line by Armstrong. Taken back in by Carr. Carr moves in, shoots. Pad save for Boyd. Penguins out of the zone now. Garden up on the near side. Garden swings it in front. Another play, that's blocked. Off the backboards. Carr chases it down. Carr, he gets checked by Eisner. Stays on his feet though. Eisner near side for Boudreau. Boudreau, feed through neutral ice. Here come the Bulldogs the other way. Carr trying to dance. Chases after Smith in the corner. Smith bulldozing his way through there. Eisner, lead feed for Davis. Davis. Carr on the reception. Nice move past Eisner. Carr across. McKenna a drive, and he sailed that over the glove hand side. Another shot blocked by Sear. Sear trying to sweep it out of the zone. And the Penguins reset here. Eisner skating after it against Artabello. Artabello with a hard check on him. And that one's going to be called here. There's a hooking call on the play. And the crowd protesting the call here. And a few fans irate in the crowd here after this penalty. And a hooking call going against the Bulldogs here. And it looks like there's a player getting kicked out of the game here. It's Eisner going off the ice surface. We're just trying to figure out what the calls are here on the ice. And so the discussion with the referees and the coaching staff of the Bulldogs here as to the nature of the calls. Coach is wanting an explanation here for the penalty. It looks like Garden's going to the box here. So a 5-minute major on the board here. To the Penguins. That one taken out through neutral ice. Singer turning with it now. Singer moves in. Backhands it around near side, holds onto it, drops it off. 4-on-4 hockey here for 2 minutes. Back into the corner, Baxter. Baxter, checked. Here comes Landry. Landry through neutral ice, backhands it into the zone. Stopped up by Boyd. Boyd gave it away. Here come the Bulldogs. Nice move to the inside. Pass in front of shot. What a save that was by Boyd with the blocker. Highlight reel stop. Another kick-out stop for him as well. McIsaac rather trying to put it off the wall. It's still in the East Hants zone. That's a highlight reel stop right there by the Penguins netminder on a beautiful setup in front. So 58 seconds remaining and 4-on-4 for a power play for Antigonish ensues after that. Battling in the corner. Onto the point. A drive from distance. That one deflected wide by Stone. Back in the corner it goes. That one centering pass off the side of the goal, deflected towards the East Hants defender, and he fires it down. And that's an icing call, of course, as we're on 4-on-4 hockey. So even strength. Icing call. Dykers on the draw against Sheridan. Dykers wins the draw. Back to the point. Thompson a drive. Save made. It's in the gear and covered up by Boyd. Dykers on the face-off dot. Defensive draw win there for Jackson Forster. Sheridan makes a move. Sheridan through neutral ice. Moving his way through. What a couple moves by Sheridan. Slides it across. Quick shot goes over the goal. Sheridan behind the goal, looking to make some moves. Played on the right-hand side for Thompson. Here come the Bulldogs. Shot there, pad save. Covered up by Boyd. So we're now ensuing with a power play for 2:53 on the clock for the Antigonish Bulldogs. Intercepted by Artabello on that clearing attempt. Steps in and shoots. Blocker save. It bounces it loose towards the side of the goal. Back behind the goal. Carr behind from McIsaac. Trying for a centering option there. Carr in the corner. Just 42 seconds left to go in the second. Fired down the ice by the Penguins as that one stopped up. Artabello taken away by Hurd, and that's going to be an offside call here against the Penguins. Face off in neutral ice here, just outside of the Bulldog zone. Back across. Thompson holds onto it on the back end. Thompson drops it off. Hurd trying to get a stick on that. Picked up by Davis. Davis moves up. Steps wide. Davis to the goal. And he collides with the net. Partially with the goaltender as well. Lucky he didn't get more of the goalie there as a run was blocked. Here comes Antigonish. A shot. Glove save at the horn by Boyd. So the East Hants Penguins take a 3-0 lead with them into the intermission. And we'll start with that 3-goal lead in the third period of play after this short break. You're watching the 40th annual Pictou County Bantam Memorial Tournament live on High Button Sports, U15AA semifinal. Stay tuned for the third period of play coming at you after this short break. And welcome back to the U15AA semifinal of the 40th annual Pictou County Bantam Memorial Tournament. The East Hants Penguins with a 3-0 lead over the Antigonish Bulldogs heading in to the third period of play. Shots are 31-15 in favor of the Antigonish Bulldogs so far, but not able to solve the puzzle that has been Mason Boyd, number 31, in between the pipes for the Penguins. Here we go. Should be an exciting third period of play here, folks. Off the draw, picked up. Antigonish looking to jump into the play right away. Centering feed in front from McIsaac. And unable to get a shot away. Here comes Baxter now with it. Baxter intercepted there by the Antigonish defense. McIsaac swings it. Carr trying to get a stick. McIsaac makes a move. Puck's in his feet. He gathers it in, shoots it from distance. Glove down. It's loose in front. And gathered to the side. Carr. Baxter took a run there, but he missed both players. As Carr skates up. Stops up and moves it near side for McIsaac. Touches it ahead. Oh, a good collision there between two of the East Hants players. As Stone trying to get a stick on that. Dykers leaves it behind. McIsaac out front one time for Carr, and he fanned on it. Carr on the far side corner. Baxter with a check there. Stopped up by the Bulldogs goaltender John David McDougall for his defense. Moved on the near side. Artabello clearing side. Pass there all the way across. Singer intercepts here and fires it down the ice. Still plenty of time to kill on that penalty for the Penguins. Another shot shorthanded and a save made. Just 8 seconds rather to kill for the Penguins and a skirmish in front of the net. 4 seconds left on the power play. For Antigonish, as looks like the Penguins are going to be able to kill off another penalty here. Their special teams have been huge in this game so far. As near side. O'Brien defends against a hit. O'Brien backhand feed in front of shot. Save made point blank again by Boyd. Battle for it here. O'Brien trying to take his man off the puck. Fired down the ice by the Penguins. That's going to be an icing call against them here. Face off in the offensive zone here, once again for the Bulldogs. Take it off the draw, moved on the near side wall. Overskating it there was McIsaac, gave it away to McEwen. Or McKenna rather, moved across. Here come the Bulldogs. Nice move by Carr, left the puck behind though. Baxter moves it ahead to McIsaac. McIsaac up the wing against McKenna. McKenna there's a hit on him. Baxter trying to make a move, knocked off the puck. Turning with it is Horn. Horn, 8 feet off the wall. Smith stops it up. Pass near side, McIsaac. Oh, close call there. That's moved on the near side again. Onto the point, escapes out to neutral ice. Hurd dumps it in for East Hants as the Antigonish Bulldogs defense try to advance the play. Smith on it now. Swung back into the zone by the Penguins as Sangster goes to retrieve that on defense. Knocks it off the near side wall. Dyker's trying to get a stick on that. He gets knocked to the ice. Sheridan trying to make a move. Here come the Penguins. Centering feet in front, on the point to Stone. Stone across. Shot from distance, tipped on goal, a rebound chance to loose in front for Sheridan, a shot, save, rebound, it's still loose. Sheridan gathers it in now. On the point to Stone. Stone back in the corner again. Rung around the boards for Julian on the point. Julian swings it back in. Taken away and chip past here as out come Antigonish the other way. Julian trying to deliver the body check there. One hands it ahead, picked out by Landry. Nice move by Landry, holds on and shoots. Stick save there for Boyd, half speeder. Nice skate to stick move there by Julian. Or Stone rather. Stone chips it into the corner. Armstrong makes chase. Here come the Bulldogs. Nice touch play there, picked off by Davis. Davis skating in wide against O'Brien. O'Brien takes him for a ride into the boards. Near side, chipped ahead, taken by Garden. Garden moves it across for Singer, back to Garden. Garden chops at it. Singer lost the handle, Boudreau fires it in. Touched up by Boyd. Thompson behind his own goal. Thompson spins off a check, off the backboards, around on the far side. On the point, Sangster keeps it alive for the Bulldogs. Shot there, glove save by Boyd. He gets the whistle. Face off in the offensive zone once again for the Bulldogs. Shot back down into the defensive end. Davis holds on. Davis gets tripped. He's going to draw a penalty here. Delayed call coming up against the Bulldogs as they touch it up here. So the Bulldogs once again going to the box here. Another power play opportunity for the East Hants Penguins as Sangster serves his 2 minutes. Off the draw onto the point. Singer drops it for Sheridan. Back to Singer. Singer a drive through traffic. Stopped in front. A rebound chance. There to the side. Feed back onto the point. Sheridan walks in and shoots. Blocker save for McDougall. Knocked to the ice. Sear onto the point to Singer. Singer turns. Back for Sheridan. Sheridan against Thompson. Sheridan back for Singer. Singer holds on. Shoots. Blocker save for McDougall into the corner. Thompson back for Sear. Sear across for Sheridan. Sheridan knocked out the puck, cleared down the ice by the Bulldogs as Duncan Thompson got it out for Antigonish, and they go for a penalty killing unit line change here as Singer skates out with it now. Singer fired back down the ice. Thompson gets after it here on defense. Nice shimmy and shake past Boudreau. Takes a tumble there on the goal line. Davis. Feed for Garden. Garden. He gets hauled down. Here come the Bulldogs. Carr moving up the wing, 1-on-2. Short-handed. Carr moves wide to the goal. Unable to get the shot away. Pass to Davis. Back to Forster. Jackson Forster working against Thompson. Thompson off the ball. Smith with it now. Smith shoots it wide. Taken here by Horn. Dropped off. On the point drive from distance. Arcing shot off the deflection goes in the corner. Davis taking the body. Back for Forster. Forster, he gets checked and knocked to the ice. Forster. Here come the Bulldogs. Pass to the side, Artebello. Artebello in front of the net, a chance. Shot save made, rebound chances loose in front. and finally covered up by Boyd. As there's a player knocked down the side of the goal. Seems to be okay as Smith gets back to his feet. Shots are 35-24 in favor of the Antigonish Bulldogs, and still unable to solve Mason Boyd. Nearing the halfway point of the third, a quick shot off the draw, another save, another, what a stop that was with the glove by Boyd. Add to his highlight reel in this game, my goodness. So the Bulldogs just looking to keep the pressure on. They try to throw everything at Boyd and still unable to cash in for just one yet. Armstrong. Pinched off there. Here's Baxter. Swung it around. Baxter swings it back into the corner for the Penguins. Bulldogs move it ahead. Onto the point, Stone. Intercepted here. Could be a break. Moving in to the goal, and it went wide. Another bank shot up through the blue paint and wide again. Close call there as O'Brien was in alone and made two plays towards the goal. Two opportunities to score there and none unable to find Paydirt. Here comes Julian. Moving into the corner. Defends against the check. Holds on to it, drops it off for Baxter. Baxter, chance in front, a shot. That one goes wide. Picked up here by the Bulldogs. Risky move, a trip there. That's going to be called. As the Penguins will now take a penalty for tripping. As Sheridan goes to the box. We go back to the offensive zone for the Bulldogs here for this draw. 2 minutes on the power play for the Bulldogs. Singer off the backboards. Fired down. Could have hit the bucket of one of the Antigonish players on the way out. Thompson turns with it on defense. Off the wall. Nice move through neutral ice. As McIsaac skates by, drops it off. Here's a chance. Nice move to the goal. Unable to get the shot away. Another chance, and that one through the, still loose. Another shot, that one blocked. Another one, that one blocked as well. Chaos here in the east-hand zone. Hard check there by Singer on the wall. Here comes Kerr, dancing free. Kerr, another shot, that one over the top. Antigonish can't buy a goal here as that one shot wide. And an interference call on the play here. As the Bulldogs are going to go to the box, that will nullify the power play. And so 4-on-4 hockey for a minute 7 here. Hurd on the face-off dot. O'Brien. Backhands it to Thompson. Taken away by East Hants. Garden in alone. Garden to the goal. Save made with the pad. And a penalty shot here for the East Hants Penguins. As Garden's going to get a chance one-on-one against McDougall. So here we go, the most exciting play in hockey, the penalty shot. Nash Garden, waiting his chance. One-on-one against McDougall. Skates in, spinorama, and he sent it wide. A little too fancy on that one. And some trash talk from the crowd here. Some of the players watching the game down below. Taken here by Antigonish. Near side, fired shot over the top of the net. Hard check on the wall, onto the point. Smith, he gets checked hard by O'Brien. Another hard hit. Thompson. Near side for Landry. Landry skates in. Landry a drive, glove, saved by Boyd. And a whistle and a stoppage in play. Face off in the offensive zone, a minute or 11 seconds rather remaining on the 4-on-4 before a power play for East Hants. Off the draw, Singer gains possession here. Here comes Singer, moving it up through neutral ice. Fired all the way down, stopped up in front of the net. Horn skates in. Horn shoots, blocker save, and once again, another point blank stop and a big one for Mason Boyd. The Bulldogs can't buy a goal here with so many shots thrown towards Boyd. 41 at this stage of the game and still unable to cash in. Here's a chance in front of the net for East Hants. Moved across. Singer a drive. Stick save there for McDougall. Sear again. Another shot towards goal. Kick out stop. Rebound in front. Davis tries to swing at it. He's stopped up. Horn trying to clear. Unable to do so. Singer on the point. Nice move against Horn. Singer skates in. Shoots. That's blocked in front and covered by McDougall for a stoppage in play. And we're back to even strength here. Face up in the offensive zone for the Penguins. Chipped off the glass. Hops down at the side. Mackay is looking to clear. Oh, a hard collision there. Just inside the blue line. And that's going to be called. It's a charging call. And it's going against the Penguins here. As Julian's going to go to the box for the charge. So 2:53 remaining here in the third. And if you wanted an opportunity to get back into this one, this would be your time to shine if you're the Bulldogs and get a quick one here on the power play. Put the pressure on. Get down to the worst lead in hockey on a quick power play goal. There's McKenna to the box here. And it looks like there isn't going to be a power play here. It's just coincidental minors. So that changes things up here, as it won't be a power play. Excuse what I said before, as we're back to even strength 5-on-5 here. Misread that, folks. My apologies as Carr skates in. Carr drops it off. Onto the point. Quick drive goes wide. Well, the story remains the same for the Bulldogs. They'll have to try to get a quick one here and make things interesting as Baxter working against Carr. Hard check there on Carr, but Baxter stays on his feet. As Carr took the body on Baxter onto the point. Stone to drive all the way through and wide. Baxter gathers it in. Tries to drop it off, does so. And unable to make the play there was McIsaac. McIsaac drops it off, Carr intercepts. Unable to clear past Sear. Here come the Bulldogs. Moved out the near side wall, and Singer has to chase it down here for the Penguins. Singer turns. Singer off the wall. Out to neutral ice. So a minute 30 of time remaining, separating the East Hants Penguins from advancing to the U15AA final later today. As time starting to wind down for the Bulldogs. And it passed in front, a shot there. Stuff attempt by Sear is patted aside by McDougall. Wrapped around the boards all the way down to neutral ice. Final minute of play here in the third. Thompson to Singer. Singer tried for an outlet pass. That was blocked. Thompson. Feed across. Picked off here by Antigonish, firing it out. And a collision on the board and a tough one there into the numbers. As a boarding call going here against the Bulldogs. Just as the penalty to East Hants expired. And so with 36 seconds remaining, 37 seconds rather, it will be a power play for the East Hants Penguins. Off the draw. Chipped on the near side. Julian trying to hold the line. He gets checked. Sheridan moves to the inside. Held on to here by the Penguins. Back onto the point, Julian. Shot there, deflected wide. Julian trying to hold the line. It escapes out the neutral ice. Foot race for it here. Gathered in. Time starting to wind down here. And the close of the third. And that'll do it here. The East Hants Penguins with a shutout victory for Mason Boyd advance to the U15AA final of the 40th annual Pictou County Bantam Memorial. Congratulations to them and commiserations to the Antigonish Bulldogs, who put up 41 shots to the East Hants' 28, but unable to get anything past Mason Boyd, who was absolutely phenomenal in goal for the Penguins in this game. And the special teams were a huge factor in this one. 2 power play goals for the Penguins, as well as quite a few, or well, 100% rate on their penalty kill. And they had a lot of penalties to kill in this game. So did the Bulldogs. So just an advantage there for East Hants in this contest, as both teams shake hands to acknowledge their sportsmanship here as we get set for the player of the game for each side. Will McIsaac, number 9, getting the nod for player of the game for the Antigonish Bulldogs, in a valiant effort there. Getting the picture here. And no surprise there, number 31, Mason Boyd, player of the game for the East Hants Penguins, posting a 41 save shutout. And celebrating with his teammates. And stay tuned here. Heads up, folks, we could have a ceremony of sorts here to follow this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to announce the Tournament All-Stars.
So an announcement of the Tournament All-Stars.
Presenting these Tournament All-Stars awards will be Tournament Co-Chair Mandy Fanning. First off, the Forward All-Stars. From the Shabukto Atlantics, Jackson Farmer.
Jackson Farmer from the Shabukto Atlantics on the All-Star team. Noah Sorelli as well.
From the Antigonish Bulldogs,
Emmett Carr from the Antigonish Bulldogs. So a picture here for Emmett Carr.
Goaltender Award, All-Star. From the Toronto Bearcats, Max Cousineau. Defensive All-Star, also from the Toronto Bearcats, Murray Arnberg. Defensive All-Star from the East Hants Penguins, Jackson Singer.
And East Hants Penguins Jackson Singer, also a defensive all-star here as he gets a picture.
We appreciate you being here, and best of luck to the East Hants Penguins.
And so that'll do it here. The East Hants Penguins advance to the AA final U15 division. Coming at you later today, and make sure to stay tuned after this short break for about an hour, as at 1:30 Atlantic Standard Time, the Cole Harbour Red Wings will face off against the Pictou County Crushers in the U15A division for the final gold medal game of the 40th annual Pictou County Bantam Memorial. So stay tuned for that one. This is Brendan Maloney from High Button Sports. We'll see you in the next one.